But what I realized was I'd made a lot of decisions out of fear. And I'd let this instinct of, oh gosh, you have to survive. Oh gosh, this won't be enough. You have to keep doing this, drive all of my decisions. And in the next month, I sold my house, quit my job, and divorced my husband. I mean, it was not a path that I would recommend to anybody, but it was.
I think you should take at least 3 or 4 months to do that. Yeah, normally, under normal circumstances, but if you want to get it, bam, 1 month, all that. And so wow, that to me, like, let's go back for a second. Survival instinct says you have to do all these other things the other way, right? And then now suddenly you cast it off. I mean, how did you survive?
Well, that's the biggest thing is our brains will trick us into saying you can't survive. Right? You can't survive because the world is a dangerous, scary place. And the reality is it's not, right? Our brains aren't built for the world we're living in. Most of us have the luxury of having food in our bellies. Most of us have the luxury of having a house over our heads. Even when I didn't, when I was living in a hotel and I rented an Airbnb for a bit, there was the basics. I could survive. I wasn't living in the ancestral past where there were literal tigers around every corner. So we have this luxury. When we step back and actually look at our lives, yes, there are fears we have, but most of those fears aren't really in alignment with life and death situations. They're fears about being rejected or failing or looking bad. And those are scary for good reason, because for our ancestors, that usually actually spelled death. You get kicked out of the tribe, right? You're dead. But for us, we actually have the ability to choose differently.